in New York paid tribute to companies, NGOs and captains of industry for contributing towards building South Africa's economy. The event was hosted by Brent South Africa and the country's diplomatic missions in the United States.
The award literally means thank you in isiZulu, as tribute was paid to those often nameless individuals who do so much with South Africa in mind.
As much as this event serves as a gesture of gratitude to individuals and companies who have done much to consolidate South Africa's democracy, both socially and economically, it will also serve as a gentle reminder to those individuals and companies that as much as their efforts are appreciated, much work still needs to be done in terms of South Africa reaching her developmental ambitions.
The finance minister talked about the country's readiness to do business.
We are building the country of our dreams, and we are doing so in partnership with the private sector. The foundation of this partnership is the National Development Plan, as Ambassador Rasool said. The National Development Plan recognizes that it is only through effective partnerships across society that we can achieve a virtuous cycle of rising confidence, rising levels of investment, higher employment, rising productivity and growing incomes.
He told his largely business audience that the current growth of the South African economy was insufficient to address the country's challenges of poverty, inequality and unemployment.
Government is therefore working hard to improve the business conditions. We recognize that improving the business conditions requires not only easing constraints to economic growth, but also improving policy alignment and policy certainty.
General Electric CEO Jeffrey Immelt was honoured for the role his company plays in fostering local innovation, Solar Proximus of International Housing Solutions for raising millions for low and middle income houses in South Africa, and Albert Martins of Standard New York Securities for promoting the country as an economic gateway to the region. South Africa partners Mary Tessio shared the Siyabonga Friend of South Africa Award with Donna Katzen, whose not-for-profit investment fund Shared Interest has benefited over 2 million economically disadvantaged South Africans in the last 20 years.
Shared Interest was our attempt to connect low-income Black borrowers, potential borrowers, people struggling to start their businesses, people struggling to farm commercially, people looking to build low-cost housing, to connect them to the banks, to commercial capital, so that they could thrive and support their families and lead their countries forward. Our mechanism is to guarantee financial institutions' loans to people they would otherwise consider unbankable, and in the process to work ourselves out of a job. We have succeeded in a number of cases. We are still working on it.
New York's first and only black mayor, David Dinkins, who hosted former President Nelson Mandela on his inaugural trip to the United States after his release, received the Siyabonga Lifetime Commitment Award.
We were pleased and proud to be able to do something practical against apartheid, because we had, many of us, I got arrested at the South African consulate, as did many others. Didn't require any profile and courage to do that, but we did. But it wasn't until I got to be mayor and I could really see to it that the billions that we had in pension funds, that we weren't going to deal with folks that dealt with South Africa. And it was wonderful to be able to do something practical.
The venue was the Marriott Marquis Hotel in recognition of Marriott's recent acquisition of the Protea Hotel Group in South Africa. Sherwin Bryce-Pease, Business News, New York.